So here's the boys' room. This is the loft, and it is a pretty good size in my opinion. This is larger than their bedroom at the last house. Now it also has a closet, which is really cool. So if we enclose this, this will technically be the 5th bedroom, which is great for resale value. So we're gonna go ahead and work on this a little bit. And it has access to an attic.
So I don't have to rip this side off, just this side.
Oh, that's great.
So I can insulate it.
That's good. So let's move your shoes probably into the closet. Or you can put them underneath Noah's bed. And then we need to start moving your bed and stuff. So the boys are going to continue to pull this off. This is going to be the first step. Luckily, there is a half wall here. It could have been a rail. That would have been a whole other situation. But because it has this half wall, we can just extend or expand it all the way to the ceiling, which was amazing. So we got quite a few quotes, and I will just give you a rundown of what they were. I believe one was around 10,000 and another one was around 14, but that was because we were adding, that's right, it was 10 and then it was 14 because we were going to add the additional rail, which I've talked to you guys, I wanted it to match the stair rail from the same company that did that stair rail. And so they were going to give us a discount for doing both. So it was about 14,000, almost 15,000. And I just could not. The stairs were more than I had expected, and so I just did not want to do that, but we knew we needed this done. They needed privacy, A, and B, we were also able to hear everything downstairs, but mainly they need privacy. Josiah is 12 and Noah is 10, and it's just important that everyone has privacy, basically. And when we're downstairs, they need to be able to sleep without any disruptions. So when I got those quotes, I was very discouraged and very concerned, but I know how capable Chris is, and I was determined to figure it out myself. So he was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. And so when I had gone back to the gentleman that originally gave us a quote, because they're like our friends, I said to them, like, that's a lot, could you just kind of, could you give us, it was like about 6 or maybe 8,000 without the stairs. I can't remember exactly at this point. And they were like, nope, we just give discounts if we do multiple projects at once. And I don't know, like, I got it and I understood, but I'm like, that is not something that we are going to do. So Chris did his measurements. We kind of got an idea of what we needed to do, and he went to Lowe's, and it was about $700 for all of the drywall, all of the wood, and everything we needed to build this wall. $700. I was blown away. I could not believe that. Now, the obstacle that we run into is time. He's extremely busy, and it's not just easy putting up a wall. You gotta have to know your way around some tools. So I was very thankful he was able to put this up, and he did an amazing job. It's fine, just forget it.
54 and a half. I think I can do this.
I know you can do this.
If we did 54.
So Chris actually built the wall in the garage, got all of his measurements and did it there. I thought that would be easier to do. You see that it was quite an obstacle to get the wall upstairs. Thankfully, we have some strong boys to do that. And this is what it looks like. He did this in one day, which was amazing. I could really start to see everything coming together. So he was able to borrow some scaffolding from a friend of his, and he had a drywall guy that we had actually used at our last house, and he was great. He also did around the pantry, and it was great because we don't have any sort of tool like equipment to do the spackling, so it was good to have someone come in. He had it done in a couple of hours, and this here was like, okay, this is really happening. So also we are going to take these blinds down because all of the blinds in the house here are broken or just filthy, mainly broken, and I want to put shades here, but he went ahead and ordered and had cut the blinds that go here. So I said, you know what? We'll just pivot our little idea and we will just use these blinds. So I had an idea of what I wanted in my mind. I didn't want anything super modern. I didn't want like an accent wall where it had like a crazy shapes or anything like that. I did want something. I love woodworking. I love antique homes. I like things that just really pass the test of time. So I wanted to have something in here that no matter what happened or who came into this room, this wall, whether we painted it or left it, would just flow with the rest of the house. So he went and he got some boards, and we kind of just decided, well, I had decided, truthfully, I had decided exactly how I wanted it, and he made it happen. He will always take the baseboards off whenever doing any sort of woodworking. That way it just fits up there flush. He is self-taught, so if he doesn't know something, he will learn, which is great. I love that quality about him, and he picks up on everything just so easily. He is so smart. So he's got his little gadgets and his tools, and he did a piece of wood on the top and a piece of wood on the bottom, and that is just going to frame out this entire wall. Then he's going to put it all together. I was glad I was able to help. This is something I would love to teach myself on how to do. I would love to do this and teach myself, but I don't quite have the moment and the time to just sit here and to be able to focus and to do that. Just not in this little season. So I'm hoping to be able to do that soon. I really would like to be able to do these projects on my own. Put it right, I think right there.
You think so?
A little higher?
No, I think lower, about here, honestly.
You do?
I think this makes it look too, I think we split the difference. So like here's the middle, right, approximately.
Uh-huh.
I think we split not the third, but like.
Let me tell you why I don't like there. Because what happens when you have a horizontal piece like that, it makes your eye go up. When it comes down, the wall feels smaller to me.
Okay, but then you're gonna have short little stubby pieces here.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, if that, listen,
I think, yeah, I think that
how much is
once it's up, I think you'll understand.
Okay, that's fine.
Is where I want it.
I need you over here. That one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I need you to hold that. I want to split the gap, is what I'm trying to do.
Yep.
So,
I am by no means a professional, but I know it looks good in my opinion. And if you have a shorter wall, you're going to want to do smaller squares because it will give you the illusion, it will give the illusion, of the room being taller. Now, I'm not saying small square boxes all over the wall, that would be too much. But with the style that we did, having it smaller on the top as you see here, and then you have those long rectangular squares on the bottom, it gives the illusion that the wall is a lot taller than it actually is. And whenever you are doing any sort of woodworking, the caulk is your best friend. This is going to give it that very nice finished look. Whenever you are going to caulk something, you always want to have a wet rag a baby wipe, anything like that, or just like some water to dip your finger in to give it a very smooth look and finish. This is probably the easiest thing out of the entire project. This is something I can definitely do, but he was kind of in the flow, and so he did it. But I always try to take tasks away from him so he doesn't have to feel burdened with them. But you know, once you start something, he kind of wants to see it finished to the end, so I just kind of let him do his thing. I want to share with you guys my newest favorite little thing here in the house. Is the Dreamy X40. Now this robot vacuum and mop is extra special because it has this amazing hand-free base station. Not only that, it will keep everything contained so you're not having to deal with any of the dust, debris, and the particulates getting back in the air, and you don't have to mess with all of the nasty, dirty mop water that you get after mopping your floor. It has an extendable and liftable side brush, so it is able to lift itself up on different types of flooring, rugs, carpet, and other types of flooring with ease. It also has 12,000 PA Vormax suction, so it is able to pick up large and small debris on different types of flooring. It also has Omni Dirt detection, so it continues to go over the same spot until the dirt is no longer detected. It has precision mopping strategy, which you are able to set this up with the app in the spaces that you want it to go, or you can let it decide where it's going to go by mapping your entire home. It will also be sure to map out around the rugs, so when you're ready to mop, you do not have to worry about a thing. It keeps the clean and dirty water completely separate. All you have to do is fill up the water reservoir, put it back in there, add the solution to the bottom, and you are good to go. You add the mop pads, which easily come off for easy cleaning, but you don't even have to worry about that because this mop station cleans it for you, which is unbelievable. This is honestly the coolest robot vacuum I have ever had in my home. Look how easily it picks up this ketchup, and like I had mentioned, it will go over the designated area multiple times to ensure the cleanest clean possible. When it is done, it'll go back to its base station where there's a smart mop and washboard cleaning. So you don't have to worry about dirt and bacteria being spread around your home. When it's all done, just empty the reservoir and you are good to go. One last thing that you have to worry about in your home, and you are able to ensure that your floors stay clean on a daily basis. Like I had mentioned, you're able to use the app and designate the space in the home that you want it to clean, or you can allow it to map out your home by itself. This is truly the smartest mop and vacuum I have ever had. I'll have all the information in my description box. Check them out. This is the coolest little thing, and you guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You did a great job on the wall, though. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. This I'm gonna paint over because I had to put some hole filler or whatever, so it won't be shiny like that. But
Wow, looks so good, though.
on this, I really should prime, but I'm just gonna put 2 coats of the paint because we got 5 gallons. So.
Do you usually prime those first?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you spray the texture on, yeah.
And then I gotta paint this too. This looks like it's already like I can put paint on that right away.
Yeah, that wasn't painted. That was never painted.
Okay. So I painted Emma's closet. I painted my bathroom pocket door and my bedroom door, and the paint is peeling off in just by the sheets. The back of my door is. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't need to prime this, and if I do, then I would. Always check first, because now I've got to scrape off all of the paint of those doors before I prime it and add more paint to it. So if I can just save you some time, make sure you prime first if you need to. Remember, oil paint can go on latex. Latex cannot go on oil paint, and priming is your best friend. It is an extra step. There's so many brands that say you don't need to prime. I feel like it is well worth it. That's just my personal opinion. You can get away with it, you definitely can, but I just feel like it just makes a huge difference. If you guys want to know, I will mention it, and I might have already mentioned it. The wall color is Drift of Mist. This is the same color we used at our last house, and I love it. It, to me, is the perfect neutral. It's not too cool, it's not warm. It definitely changes its hue depending on the light that hits it. I love it, love it, love it. Drift of Mist. I also like Pale Oak from Benjamin Moore. That's really pretty. So this is a Sherwin-Williams paint, and I probably will paint this in every house by now. I have done Alabaster. I love that. That's a beautiful warm white. But Drift of Mist for me is just the perfect, I don't know, it is the perfect paint. Okay, so Chris has finished all of the painting, and here's what the wall looks like. And then this is Drift of Mist right here, and this is called Granite Peak. Oh, okay, the room is a disaster, as you see. I've got their linens in the wash. I've got 2 blankets for them, new blankets, some pillows, and I'm gonna put some fresh linens on their bed. And then we're gonna put this room back together. This is my time to put it back together. We will be mounting a TV there or there, but today is the day. We are finally finishing. I've also got some really cool LED sconces up here, and Chris put a new flush mount light. I did want like something ornate up there, but the ceiling is a little lower, so I felt like that was the best option. If they get too hot, I will just buy them a stand-up fan, but so far so good. Now it's the final touches. I do need to paint that. I don't know how I'm gonna get to that today, but I'm really excited. I'm not sure how I'm gonna put the bed, whether it's here or on this wall. We're gonna play around with that placement, but yeah, we have a lot. Chris and I do good at splitting up the job, I guess. Like, he did the woodwork and the painting. I do the designing, he does the woodwork and painting. I do all of the washing and putting it all back together, organizing and rearranging. So we are a good team. I need to clean all this out. We got a 5-gallon container of the Drift of Mist, because we also have to paint the hall out there, but that's not going to be in today's video. So I'm going to go check on their linens real quick, and then find some sheets for their bed, and then we will get started. These are the Amazon LED light sconces that I got for the boys. Very, very affordable. I think it was $40 for 2 of them. I was really impressed with them. Now, don't quote me on the price. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was somewhere around there. Super affordable. I liked the modern look. I don't go for super modern, but I love the juxtaposition of like having beautiful, you know, timeless features in a room and then a pop of modern. I love those two things, how they kind of get together and just, I don't know, it adds interest into the room. So I wanted to add this. Of course, I love the brass. I think it's beautiful. And their bed is actually from Walmart. Got it, gosh, so many years ago. I think like 6, 7, 8 years ago from Walmart. And it has held up incredibly well. I like the black of the bed, and then adding this brass, it's going to make, having these darker tones, the brass is going to pop. So I was really looking forward to that. Of course, Chris is going to install this for me. Little side note, if you guys do get these, just throw the wall anchors away. They were no good, at least for us. They just weren't any good. Just save yourself some time and throw the wall anchors away and get some good ones, because it will help you so much. I also had this wall mount, or excuse me, this TV mount put on the wall. It is a tilting. It does all kinds of things, which is good because we were really on the fence on what wall this would go on. And this is where we landed. This is where it was in the very beginning. And I wanted to have it up high because we didn't have the stand and it just wasn't secure on Noah's little cube system. So I wanted to have it up here, but I also wanted to have it to where he could pull it out and be able to play his games on it when it was time, because he doesn't have, I took their gaming chair out of here because it was just trashed. It was broken. It was cut up. I mean, it was a mess and it was so bulky. So I wanted to be able to have this wall mount or this TV mount here so he would be able to play his games, watch his movies while he was on his bed, and also for Josiah to be able to see the TV clearly as well. While looking for the boys' blankets and getting them some new pillows at TJ Maxx, which I actually didn't get it from TJ Maxx, I got them from Home Goods. But while I was at TJ Maxx looking, I found an e-cloth for windows and glass. Okay, so I feel like all day it's been like crunch time. I'm so thankful he was able to hang these up. Let me actually show those to you. They're really cool. So it comes with these remotes here. Let's put do on. There you go. Love that. It also has all of these colors. Let me try to get it to focus, but it has all these colors and also kind of like, let's see here. Oh heavens, my children. I love that. I love the black, the brass on this blue wall. Oh my goodness. So let's just turn that one off, turn that one off. So Josiah asked me when I went downstairs, I said, so whose baskets are whose, and are y'all going to put your stuff away? They informed me that they were dirty, and Josiah had asked me if he could go through. He said, can I have a garbage bag and just go through the things I don't want? And of course, that is music to my ears. So before he washes clothes that he doesn't need, he is going through all of his clothes, everything, and getting rid of the stuff that he doesn't wear. It's too small. And I love that. I have taught them that it is okay to let things go. And I have taught them that all your needs are going to be taken care of. So it's okay to let things go and to let people who really need it and can cherish it now. So I was excited for that. We filled up about 3 trash bags, one of like pillows and blankets and toys and stuff like that. Not very many toys, just 2 little stuffed animals. And then the other was full of clothes. So, and then we had trash, ton of trash. So I feel like they made such a huge effort and the room turned out really, really good. My goal was to minimize this room to such a degree that when I wanted it minimal to the max, okay, because I have a child that has a very hard time staying on top of anything, especially a room with too much stuff. He can't do it. He can't manage. And so I'm trying to set him up for success. And my other child, Liam, he was the same way, and he's learned. His room is super minimal. It is just the bare basics, and he thrives in that environment. And the same thing with Noah. He just, he doesn't realize it. I've really just sat back and watched him, and he is just the type of kid that he pulls something out and he's not paying attention and he just drops it and then he just forgets all about it. And I get it because I'm the exact same way. But one thing I have learned as I've gotten older and older and more at peace and understanding of myself is I don't do well with a lot of things. I just don't. I want to. I wish I could, but I don't. I can barely manage the things that have to be managed. Anything extra is just that. It's extra. And I know that at this time of my life, I cannot manage much extra. So I have noticed Noah's the same way, and I want him to feel proud of himself. He is a type of child that has negative self-talk, and it's something that we are really, really, really working on with him. But I want to set him up for success. It's just as simple as that. I want him to know that he is capable, and I want him to feel proud of himself. Most of all, I want him to feel proud of himself and know that he can create an environment in his room where he can thrive, that he has control over that, and I am here to help him achieve that. If you don't want to spend a ton of money when making over a room, I just want to give you some tips. Leave the bedding they have. You can either flip it over or buy a really affordable duvet. That helps and it saves a ton of money. Or keep it and just add some pillows or a blanket. That also helps, and it's so much more affordable than going and buying a whole new comforter. I was on the fence on whether I wanted to do this or not. I started to, but I'll explain more later. But I really didn't want to spend too much on decorating this room. That's not something that I want to spend money on right now. I want to just work with what we have, and I feel like everything came out wonderfully, especially with all of the work that we had to put in to build the wall and to do everything. It was really important for us to be very budget conscious and be wise about the money we spend on any of the extra stuff. So I got the boys a desk. I got to decide on whether they want it in here or not. So I decided I would just show it to you real quick what the room looks like. I'm trying to change the lighting for you guys. So I love it. I'm going to insert my, sorry, I'm out of breath, my inspo picture. So I had the idea to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. And when I was looking for new bedding for them, I'm like, I do not know what color to get. So I literally went on Pinterest yesterday morning and put in blue boys bedroom, and I'll show you. This is the inspiration that popped up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I had already ordered everything, so I actually did get them a tan plaid bed set, but Walmart only had one, so I just canceled both orders. Said, you know what, forget it. You don't have to have everything perfect. So I kept their bedding. This is from Target. I think it was $20, probably 3 or 4 years ago. These are some old pillow covers from Amazon I've had since we lived when I started my channel. I did get them some fresh pillowcases and a flat sheet, or excuse me, a fitted sheet. My boys do not like the flat sheet. I love it. They don't. Then I got them this pillow here. I did see like the leather oblong pillow that I wanted, a rectangle pillow that I wanted to get them, but I didn't want to put any like too much money into it, to be honest with you. And so I got that when it came in a pack of 2 from Home Goods. Found this also from Home Goods, and just thankfully they had 2. And same thing as over here. He got this when he was like 2 years old. I put his smiley face in here. If he wants to take it out, he can. The rug is from Polly and Bark when we moved into the house a year ago. Those are from Amazon. This is phenomenal because it is cushioned. Now look, it is low to the ground. It is. But for this room, it looks really beautiful in my opinion. And then I've got their slippers in here. A blanket, an extra blanket, slippers, their basketballs. If friends come over and they don't want to have stuffed animals, they can hide them in there real quick. Then Chris mounted the TV, on the fence about even putting the TV in here, but decided to go ahead and do it. This is staying open for now. We sold his, well actually he sold his desk. I'm going to send the gaming chair to Goodwill or whoever wants it, make a post. Okay, Emma was crying, so I got to figure out what we're going to do here. So things are getting really wild. It's getting much later in the day, and you know, if you know, you know. So I had asked the boys, they said they wanted the desk, so Liam volunteered to build it, which was very kind of him. He's so good at this type of stuff. And it's a very petite desk. I didn't want anything overpowering this room. Again, trying to keep it super minimal, less to manage for them. And it came out looking really good. There's your little chair. See, it fits perfectly in there.
You know what? I think I'm gonna look on Facebook Marketplace or something to find like a $50 cheap Xbox. See if I can get one.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put this over here for you.
Okay. Awesome.
You like it so far?
Yes.
I love when my kiddos are happy. Noah was so happy, Josiah was so happy, and I know I've got this room set up to where they are going to be able to thrive and be able to manage it, which was the goal here. Also, it just needed to give them the privacy that they need and that they deserve. I love that we were able to tackle this. It's been a year coming. We wanted to do this from the get-go, and it took a year, and I want to make sure to say that so we know things don't happen overnight. It's just the reality of it, but I love it, and I hope I gave you guys some good tips on how to do things with the budget. You can do these things. You can do these things. You just have to get creative, and I've had to dig deep, and I've had to get creative again, and it just feels so good to do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Would you give it a thumbs up if you did? If you're new here and you want weekly videos to come hang out with me with DIY crafts, room makeovers, cleaning and organizing and decluttering, you've come to the right spot. I post videos every single week, and I hope to see you here again next week. Let me know what other videos y'all want to see, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here. Time is a precious commodity, and the fact that you spent it with me means the world. Go and make this world a better place. You are so loved. See you soon, guys. Bye.